My life has been a roller coaster.
Good. Means
Good.
you're living it.
Nope, good and bad.
Gave you some clarity for sure.
Been a millionaire twice.
Still are.
No,
Yeah.
no, not now.
Yeah. Because we're looking at your vibrational currency. It's time for you to cash in your chips.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Okay.
In other words, you can't have done that without knowing that, and there's no regression. So anything that you have accomplished, it still exists. You just can't give attention to what is and let it come in its new form. It will come in its new form. It must. It's law. It's inevitable.
So what happened, I manifest a lot. I'm in a job now that might not be my best job, so I told my girlfriend Wednesday night, I think Thursday might be my last day, because we have a long weekend, I could think about it. On my way home, I get into a car accident, and my car gets totaled. Someone smashes right into me, coming home. Figured it might be a sign, you know, and I also manifest good things. I don't want you to think it's only something like that. But the big thing, I guess, after being here for the last 24 hours that I really wanted to find out how to, is yesterday I walked around the streets for about an hour, just talking to people. And today too, I feel great. I just love that. I just feel like I could take over the world.
Well,
how do I keep that?
What happened was when Sky looked down, she found something interesting on the floor and just focused on it for a little while. And that's what's happening to you as you are moving around. In other words, you're distracted from the beating of the drum that was holding you out of alignment, and your natural resources kicked in, and you regained your balance with your inner being and spoke a lot of things that came directly from your source. In other words, you were looking at the world through those source-colored glasses, so to speak. Think about how you were trending right before the accident. Were you dismantling a job? In other words, what was going on there?
There was a bit of anxiousness. I don't really...
But what were the words that you were saying? You said, I said to my girlfriend, I think, what was it that you were saying about your job?
Wednesday night I said, this job isn't my perfect situation, both money and physically. Tomorrow might be my last.
You're rosing up those words a little bit. Those might have been your words, but what was your vibration about that job?
Oh, it was no good. It was no good.
You weren't saying, this is not a perfect job. You were saying, this job sucks.
Yes, exactly.
And let me tell you how it sucks. It sucks so bad I would like to kick it to the curb and kill it, was what was going on in your vibration. If I could stomp it into oblivion and make it cease to be, I would do that if I had the power to stop that from existing. And then what did you say happened?
I don't remember now. But that's what exactly.
You manifested
That was my real thoughts. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the accident, the car crash, was a path of least resistance. Your car was totaled. Was anyone hurt?
No, she smashed into me. It wasn't it was her fault. Police were there. I was kidding around with the cops and the EMS.
So you saying to us, we're just going to play with you a little bit, that rendezvous that destroyed your car was only her point of attraction and not yours? Or were you a perfect match for each other in the moment?
Probably a perfect match for each other.
Yeah? And so what clarity does that bring to you in light of all that we've been talking about here?
I'm a pretty good manifester.
I get what I think about whether I want it or not.
Correct.
I get what I think about whether I want it or not.
I should probably try easier ways to manifest.
But the thing is, this is the thing that we really want you to hear. Oh, there's never been anyone that we were more decided that we were going to explain something than you right now, because you're not alone in this, and this is really an important conversation to have. You said I'm a manifester, and you are. Of course, everyone is, but you really are. And you are also determined and strong and focused and decided and a hard worker and a facilitator. In other words, you make things happen. That's the way you've described yourself for a very long time. I make things happen, and you do. But having sat through this conversation today, can you feel the important, seems subtle, important difference between making things happen and aligning with the version of what you really want to happen? Because Esther's described herself as you. In the early days, she would say to Jerry, well, I shine in a crisis. And Jerry knew that that was true. Whereas if they ever got their back against the wall, Esther could pull it out every single time, because she didn't need to sleep. She didn't need to eat. She could focus. She could make things happen. She would wrestle to the ground and kill it, but she would make it happen. So Jerry is asking Abraham, what is it? Why does Esther shine in a crisis? And we said, because the crisis makes her focus. And focus is a powerful thing. And you are a powerful focuser. But now feel the distinction between focusing from alignment and focusing from aggravation. Feel the difference between focusing and being inspired, or focusing and being motivated. This is gotta be explaining to you everything about you. In other words, as humans go, and as creators go, and as accomplishing goes, you are really doing extremely well. But you're right, you said the words. There's got to be an easier way to go about it. There's that word again, easier way to go about it. There's a more aligned way to go about it. There's a more consistent way to go about it. There's a more inspired way to go about it. A lot of people are working hard and getting results, and it's hard for them to hear us say, don't need to work so hard. What we want them to hear us say is, work on your vibrational connection. Connect to the leverage. Some while ago, we were offering an analogy that people resonated with. We're going to revive it right here because it really applies. You'll really hear it. So a person, people, most people, go down to the river's edge, and they've got their canoe. And they get in the water and they point it upstream. And then they paddle on their way to where they think they want to go. And we say to them, why not turn your canoe and go with the flow? Because it's leading to everything you want, the cooperative component. The stream is calling you. They say, oh no, I don't want to be lazy. I don't want to be seen as lazy. I'm going to make this happen. And it isn't until they're exhausted that they even consider giving that up. And what we're wanting you to hear, and we know you know it so well that this almost seems condescending as we say it to you, and we don't want it to feel that way to you. There is a stream that will lead you to what you want, and you have tapped into it often, but just not consistently, because you tapped into it without really understanding all of the conversation around the law of attraction. And now you know something that you did not know then.
Right. And I think also over the years, at least me and many of us have been trained to, you have to work hard, no pain, no gain, that kind of thing. Nothing is easy to achieve.
Well, if that resonates with you.
No, it doesn't. I'm just saying that's where the training.
We're going to give you some words that sort of kind of sound like that maybe will be a bridge for you. No alignment, no consistent gain. No absence of pain, no consistent gain. No awareness of whether you're pointed upstream or downstream. No clue why what's happening is happening. Choosing ease and flow is choosing alignment. Choosing struggle and hardship is choosing doing it on your own. Now, stay with us. Why would you choose doing it on your own? Because so many of you have been taught that you're here to prove to some apparently terrible being that you're willing to struggle enough for happiness. In what world does that make any sense? Feeling what you're feeling now and knowing what you're knowing now, doesn't that seem sort of silly? And yet so many people believe that they must prove worthiness through struggle, when Everything about the universe says opposite. Everything about the universe demonstrates opposite. Every beast in the wilderness, even in your living room, is more tuned to source. And humans call that instinct. We call it alignment. You watch the flock of birds in the sky, not crashing into each other. Who's given the orders? Who's telling them how to line up in this formation? Who is giving them that instruction? Source. And they are all tapped into that. And they are all following their path of least resistance, because that is not something that they've been talking each other out of. They're not up there flying around with each other saying, oh, wait a minute, you got to lead last time. I want to lead this time. They're not doing that. They're following the impulse of what's best for the whole. They don't feel shortage consciousness. They go where the food is. Words don't teach. But as you have willingness to focus, as you all have had today, and you focus upon the words that are emanating here, and you feel the resonance or not, you feel what you feel about it, your own life experience that you recall and that is still coming will demonstrate the harmony of these words. And it's only through an application, a sincere desire to feel good, that you will be able to show yourself that you have true power. You can make it happen. You've shown yourself how strong you are. You can make it happen anyway. But whatever it is that you think is demanding from you the struggle and the hard work is wanting for you love and peace and flow and clarity and energy and alignment and vitality and flexibility and ease and flow and love and appreciation and well-being and interest and more and exhilaration and excitement and fantastic living of life. So follow those good feelings as best you can and watch far more than you have ever accumulated before. Oh, we've seen your vortex. We're not making this stuff up. 2 people came to a seminar some time ago, both in the same day. Woman said, I'm an artist. I live on the East Coast. Now I'm here on the West Coast. I've come because I want to go to Hollywood. I want to paint scenes. I want to be part of all of that process. And on my way, she didn't have a traffic accident. On my way, someone broke into my car, took all my portfolios, and now I have nothing to show. And so I'm not going to be able to present myself in an appropriate way. And we said, wait a minute. Most of that stuff you painted a long time ago. It doesn't even reflect your talent now anyway. And all that you painted is still within you. So show up and paint. Show them what's current. Never occurred to her. When she heard it, she knew it then. A man at the same seminar. I'm in my 60s, he said. I've been very, very wealthy. I lost everything. Made some choices. Economy was bad to me. Had a long list of reasons. I've lost it all. And I'm too old to reclaim it again. And we said, wait a minute. What's in your bank account doesn't represent what your future manifestations are. It's what's in your vibrational escrow. It's what's in your vibrational reality that represents it. And so if you're lamenting the losses, you can't cash in your chips. But if you're basking in the knowledge that you hold, very often people come to these seminars who have been here before, and sometimes a person will be in the seat and they'll say, this is my 5th time or this is my 6th time. And it makes others in the audience very angry with them and with us, so we keep picking the same ones. But you know why they light up? Because they want it and they expect it. And so there's no resistance within it, which makes them a cooperative component, and it makes us a cooperative component. You see what we're getting at? Never worry about what's coming for you. Just go get it by following the thoughts that feel good.